Welcome to Seeing with Your Soul, a safe and sacred place to be vulnerable, to be transparent, to be authentic. I am your host, Tisha Michelle. From the deep pain and loss of my best friend Gloria, I realized she gave me the greatest gift ever, remembering my purpose in life, which is to help connect you to your authentic self, guide you to remember your purpose, and remind you that your current circumstance doesn't define who you are. Join me as we heal, align, and glow together. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Seeing with Your Soul. I'm your host, Tisha Michelle. So let's jump right into the 3 things that I am grateful for in this present moment. And these are in no particular order. So number 1, I would say that I am grateful for television. I don't watch TV all the time, so I'm not watching TV every day. But when I really get in the mood to watch television, it's typically something that I'm going to binge watch on like Netflix or Hulu. And what I've been doing for the past couple of days, I've been binging SWAT on Hulu. And it's 2 seasons, and I think each one had like 23 episodes. So I was in heaven. And if you personally know me, you know that I love the military movies, the Navy, the SWAT, the snipers, the kicking in doors and doing all that crazy stuff. I love those type of, shows. So I started watching SWAT, and it's so good. So I would be watching it, but I would also be doing work, right? Then I would get into that mode where I'm like, you know what? I've had a long day. I've done so much stuff. I've had sessions and I've just worked on other businesses and all of that good stuff. And all I wanted to do was shower and jump in the bed, get under the covers and watch SWAT. And when I would do this, I'm getting entertained from the show, but it's also allowing me to like relax. And now I'm just lost into this show. But then I'm also receiving clarity. I'm getting ideas and different things are just coming to me because I've stepped away from it, right? I've stepped away from stuff. So yeah, I'm super grateful for TV and especially Hulu and Netflix, right? The second thing that I am grateful for, I would say, is the transformation of my clients, right? I love seeing the evolution and growth of my clients. And my most recent one, we've been working together for about a year now, and we were pretty consistent. And then it's like, as needed and certain things is coming up. But to see his growth has been insane. And I did a house cleansing for him today. And he got this amazing house. And from a material standpoint, it's huge. It's just dope. But the energy in it is what got me. The energy in that house was just so perfect and so loving. And it's just going to be such a great space for him and his family. And he also, I'll do 10 people at a time where I do pick a card, and every Sunday I tune into their energy and I pull a card for them. And then I send them what that card means to them, right? And I do this on Sundays. Well, he's one of them that's faithful and he gets that. And he was talking to me about it today. And he said, just thank me and how happy he's been, on this journey and how he's being able to see things differently. And he said he loves when he gets the card. He said, because he'll read it and then he'll go about his business for 24 hours. And then 24 hours later, again, he goes back and he rereads it. Then he said he steps back and he said, and within like 2 weeks, he gives it. He said within like 2 weeks, he says he sees how it's applying to his life and he realizes the blueprint that he's receiving and the guidance that he's receiving and how it's always on point and perfect. And he said it might not make sense to him that day that he gets it, but it always ends up making sense. So just hearing him like articulate it and just speak and stuff. And I was like, you're making me so happy, so happy. And that's just one of many, clients. So, I've been very grateful just to see people transform. And when I say transform, they're evolving and they're growing and it's amazing to watch. And I'm so honored to be a part of that. And the third thing is evolution and growth again, but the evolution and growth of myself, just to see how far I've come. And I'm so happy about it. I'm just so happy about it. I'm seeing myself be in certain situations or things that I remember, even to 6 months ago would have made me feel very uncomfortable, but yet able to talk about it, feel it, acknowledge it, and not have those same feelings behind it. So I am very grateful for my own personal evolution and growth. So guess what, guys? Your turn. So unless you are driving, I want you to go ahead and close your eyes and let's take a deep breath. And I want you to go ahead and just breathe in through your nose and then out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. One more time. I'm going to go ahead and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now, what are you grateful for in your life? In this present moment, what are you grateful for? I love saying 3 things, but there's no structure to this, really. There's nothing strict. Like, if you want to state 3 things you're grateful for, if you want to say 10 things or 1 thing, just, it's just really important to really scan through your day, scan through your life and just look in this present moment. What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? And, maybe go a little bit further. After you see what you're grateful for, why? Why are you grateful for this? Why does this make you happy, or why does this make you feel whatever way it is that you feel? I tell you this all the time. It's so important to express our gratitude. It's easy to look at the things that are going, quote unquote, wrong in our life, and the things that we don't have, and the things that we perceive ourselves to be lacking, versus looking at the many blessings that we have in our lives and look at the many miracles that happen. And the more that we are grateful for, the more we'll receive, point blank period, right? So, yeah, what are you guys grateful for? Whew. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. It just raises our vibration, right? Raises our vibration. All right, so I wanted to share this with you guys. So today I had to get an MRI done of my shoulder. And I've talked about this probably in 2 episodes, this pain that I've been having on my left shoulder. And I also fell back in February. It's been really bad. It's just really been bad. So I don't know if I'm going to have to get, surgery or not. So they did an x-ray and seen something, but they wanted to go ahead and do an MRI so they can be able to see even better. So I got the MRI done, and then in 2 days I go for the follow-up. So fingers crossed for me, you guys. So I went to get the MRI, and I don't know if you've ever had an MRI before, but those of you that do, you're going into like this tube, right? So when I walk in, this is not my first time getting an MRI. I've had MRIs before and I've never liked them. But I know that I needed to get this done because I need to figure out what the heck is going on with my shoulder. So that way I can then heal myself, right? So you lay on this little thing and they slide you up. It moves and it slides you up into a machine, aka a coffin. I'm kidding. But into this round machine, but the head part where your head would be, the higher part, it's open. So it's not fully closed. So you're not locked in. Thank God, right? So they'll put earplugs into your ears because it makes this loud noise. And you got to make sure you don't have any like metal or any of that stuff. So I asked the lady when I had to change my clothes and put on the scrubs, and she asked me if my bra had a metal wire or whatever. No, but I have a nose ring in. So I said, do I need to take the nose ring in? She's like, no, you don't have to if you don't want. I didn't like the way she said that. I just didn't feel like it was a real level of confidence. So I was like, So I left it in. Then when I get inside there to the person who's actually going to be doing this, I said, hey, I have my nose ring in. Do I need to take it out? She says, no, you can leave it in. She said, she goes, if you start to feel some type of warm sensation, let me know. Wait, what? And she said, as long as I've been doing this, I've never had anybody have a problem. I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and just leave this in. I'm already back here. So she puts me on the thing, has to push my shoulder up into this to keep it in place. And mind you guys, I have the mask on because we have to wear masks. So she says, she gives me the little squeezy thing in my right hand. She says, if emergency or something comes up, squeeze it and let me know so I can definitely know that you're trying to get my attention. Okay. So it's in my hand. So she puts me in the thing and she slides me back in. So as she's sliding, like my eyes, I close my eyes and then I feel like I can't breathe. So I immediately squeeze it and she's like, yeah, what's up? What's going on? Something like that. Like she was already bothered. I'm probably making that up. I said, is it okay if I take my mask off in here? She said, yeah, you can use your right hand to take it off. And I'm like, oh my God. So just think about it. You're in this little tight space anyway. So I take the mask off and I'm like, whew, I forbid. My eyes are open and all I can see is the top of the machine. It's not like the top of the machine is all the way up there. It's right there. Like my face is dead ass smack looking at it. So I immediately close my eyes. Again, this is not my first time, but I don't like it. I was already feeling a little uncomfortable about the nose ring and was like, I don't know if y'all, I'm supposed to be trusting y'all or not, but I did. So I'm laying there and she says it's going to take about 20, 25 minutes. I'm like, okay, I can do this. Not even going to lie. I'm a little nervous. I don't know if I could breathe or not because the fact that I'm thinking about it and talking about it, I know I'm breathing, but I'm still feeling like I can't breathe in there. But I keep my eyes closed. So this is the thing. My eyes are closed the whole time. And of course, you're forced to just think or whatever. So I'm trying to, just think about some other things and not think about the situation that I am in. I am inside this machine and some things start to race through my head. Like, what if somebody comes in here and shoots up the place and I don't hear it? I have these earplugs in and the lady is there. She gets shot and I'm laying in this thing just like do. What if the lady passes out from something and I'm just stuck in this machine? Yeah, these are the crazy thoughts that's going through my head. So then I said, stop it, Tisha, stop it. So I take a deep breath and I just, I'm breathing through my nose and out through my mouth. And I'm just laying there again, guys, with my eyes closed. I do not want to see what is in front of me at all. So as I'm laying there, I'm just like, oh my God, this needs to just hurry up. Okay, what else can I think about? I don't want to look at this. I don't want to think about the fact that I'm in here, or to be able to get out. So as I'm laying there and with my eyes closed and I want to open my eyes, guys. This is another thing. I want to open it. Cause it's kind of like when you're being like a little daredevil, like, yo, you just want to jump in the pool. You just want to jump. You're like, nah, I'm not going to jump, but I really want to jump. You're like, nah, you talk yourself out of it. But it's like you still want to do that. Well, that's how I was. I wanted to open my eyes so bad, but I was like, no, I don't want to see this. No. So as I'm doing that, I'm like, I've been here before. Every time I've had an MRI, and I want to say I've probably had, including this time, it may have been, I don't know, maybe 4 times, 4, maybe 5. And I've always felt the same way. And I've always kept my eyes closed and I wouldn't refuse to look at it. Because when I see it, it's like, holy shit, I'm inside this damn thing. And this is not crazy. I'm stuck. I'm trapped. I don't know. Let me close my eyes so it can hurry up and be over with. So as I'm laying there, I'm just, thinking and forcing some other things. So then it's done and it's over with. Well, she comes on and she says, hey, this should be the last one. So maybe another 3 or 4 minutes. It probably was 3 or 4 minutes, but it felt like another 30 minutes. So I get out and waiting on my lift because I'm not even in Arizona. I'm getting this done in Virginia. So I've call a lift and I'm waiting and I'm sitting there and I'm just like, it just pops into my head that I've been here before. The other times that I've had MRIs, I've felt nervous, scared, had those crazy thoughts, and I refused to open my eyes to look at what's in front of me. And I said, whoa, here's a pattern. So, of course, everything is a teaching moment for me. So I had to step back and I said, you know what? This is what we do in life. We close our eyes. We don't want to look at what's in front of us because we're afraid and we make up stories and we have beliefs and we have all these things attached to it. So we don't face it. So while you might not be walking through life closing your eyes, you're walking through life not looking at the obstacle in front of you, the fears that are in front of you, that memory, the person, maybe it's a situation, the trauma, the childhood wounds. We don't face it because we're always, looking I don't even want to say like seeing past it, because we're really looking back, if that makes any sense. So it's like, we don't look at the thing that's in front of us. So for me, I wasn't looking at that tight space that I was in, right? I kept my eyes closed, because as my eyes was closed, it was like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see that's in front of me, because when I look at what's in front of me, I start to have the anxiety. I start to have the fear. All of a sudden, I'm claustrophobic. All of a sudden, I'm thinking that what if somebody comes in here and shoots up the place and I'm stuck in here, right? So it's like we never really look to see beyond the surface and understand that we are more powerful than an obstacle, that fear, that memory, the situation, right? I'm more powerful than the thing, the little tube that I'm in, because in actuality, I could have slid myself down to get out, or I could have just slid myself up to get out of it. I was never stuck. I was never stuck. And I was only stuck in that machine because I could only see what was right in front of me, which was the top of the tube. I wasn't looking past the fact of, first of all, this is temporary. I'm only in here for, like she said, 20, 30 minutes, right? So, and I'm not stuck. I could slide down or I could slide up. It's all about my perspective, and it's about, what is it that I'm perceiving and what is it that I'm looking at. But in actuality, I wasn't looking at anything. I was closing my eyes because in my mind, if I kept my eyes closed, that means that it's not real. It's not there. So this is what we do in life. We walk through and we avoid things. And we say, you know what? Out of sight, out of mind. Oh, no, I don't want to think about that. So I'm going to act as if it's not there. But guess what? You end up in that same position again because you hadn't learned the lesson. So remember, when I was waiting for my lift, I'm like, wait a minute, I've been here before. Every time I have an MRI, I'm nervous, I have this hella anxiety, and I close my eyes through the whole thing. So this is why I keep ending up here. This is why you keep ending up in the place that you were in. There's a pattern, right? And you keep ending up with the same thing over and over and over again because we haven't learned that lesson, right? We haven't given in to whatever it was. We haven't looked beyond the surface. We're only looking at what our physical eyes can see. And we're like, hell no, we don't want to look at that shit because you know what? We don't want to feel it. But when we don't feel it, we don't end up healing it. And it'll keep coming up over and over and over again. So in the 4 or 5 times I've had an MRI, I've been afraid every time. And I never opened my eyes. Had I had opened my eyes and faced it, it meaning the tube, I would have understood and realized that I'm more powerful than that damn tube. I'm more powerful than that. Had I opened my eyes the first time and looked at it and made it through the 20 or 30 minutes, I would have understood that there was nothing to be afraid of. All I needed to do was just face it. And when I face it, I understand this is a temporary spot. I'm only in this for a little bit, just like you. Whatever it is that you're going through or went through, it's temporary. And you get to determine how long that temporary is. And when I say that, meaning when we work through it, when we acknowledge it, when we learn from it, when we heal from it, we're able to move forward and release it. So while I was in that thing for, she said, I don't know the exact time, but she said 20 to 30 minutes, it felt like an hour. So that temporary situation in my mind, I made it a lot longer than what it actually was. So it's the same thing with things that we are going on in our life. So if you are experiencing childhood trauma, you have a fear of something, or maybe there's a person that you feel like they hurt you or they let you down, or maybe it's your parents, or maybe it's your financial situation. The way you're feeling about that in actuality is really temporary, but you have the power to determine how long you feel like that, how long you allow it to have the power, because at any given time, you can take the power away from it. In the first way, is by opening your eyes and looking at it. Looking at it. Whatever it may be, it's open your eyes and look at it. And understanding, again, you are way more powerful than whatever that it is. And you determine how long that temporary is, right? You get to determine that. So it was interesting to me. So because I have been doing this work now, this inner work for, like 2 years, I'm able to recognize when there's a pattern and when I'm learning from something, when I'm being taught something, and how things are equivalent to what else is going on in my life. So yes, you can look at it like, oh, that was just an MRI. It's done and it's over with. Keep it moving. But guess what? Our lessons will always come back. And they will it's the same lesson. It just looks different. So remember, same product, different packaging. So yes, I could walk away and just be like, thank God that MRI is done. I hope I never have to have one. But guess what? Having that fear of something that I do not need to be afraid of will always continue to come back. It's just going to look different. And where the lesson is actually facing it, facing whatever it is that has you uncomfortable, whatever it is that gives you the anxiety, whatever it is that has you depressed, whatever that thing is for you to just acknowledge and face it. Because until you do that, it's going to keep coming up over and over and over, and it's just going to be looking different. And you're going to be like I was today, and you're going to be like, I've been here before. I've freaking been here before. What the heck? Right? So I wanted to share that with you because I've had a lot of people, whether it's just personally texting me or even just, on social media, just saying that they feel like they're stuck. And I'm like, you're not stuck. We're never stuck. Just like I was never stuck in that damn MRI machine. It just seemed like I was. It just seems like you are. Now, may you be blocked? Yes. Was I blocked when I was in there? Absolutely. And I was blocked because I allowed this feeling of fear to come in and to overpower what I actually really knew to be true. Is my ass wasn't stuck. Like I said, I can slide down or I could have slid up and got out that damn machine if I needed to. Point blank, period. Right? So people been saying and feeling like they're stuck. And it's like, you're not stuck. You're blocked. If you have been feeling like that, I just want you to know you're not stuck either. In your mind, you are not stuck, right? So open your eyes to whatever it is that you feel like is there and it's in the way. That thing that might be blocking you, right? Which is equivalent to energy. So move your body, right? Move your body. You can stretch and you can dance and you can be able to shift some of that energy that is within you, right? Move it through. And then think about the thing that is in your way. Mine was a machine that I was closing my eyes and I was so fearful for. So whatever that thing is, open your eyes to it. Stare it down in the face. In this way, it don't have to be anything physical. Mine was physical. But stare it down in the face and feel whatever it is that you need to feel. Whatever it is that you need to feel, and understand that you are more powerful than that. If something that I said on here resonated with you and you would love to go maybe a little bit deeper in your own personal journey, reach out to me. You can go to my website, which is www.healalignedglow.com, or I've been hanging out a lot on IG at Mindset Slayer, and just send me a message and then we can just connect and we can just go from there. But until then, guys, I'm sending you guys love and light and lots of healing. Bye, guys. Thanks for tuning in to #certified. If anything resonated with you, I would love to continue the conversation. You can follow me on Instagram at @itistisha. And if you want to be a part of the #certified tribe, you can join my Facebook group by going to the search tab and putting in #certified. My website is conversationswithtisha.com. As always, have a great one on purpose. Love you.